pulled into Port Augusta Caravan Park and it was advertised as water frontage and foot of the Flinders Ranges, beautiful vista. And check it out. It sort of is, but it isn't. We have the beautiful fence as well, and the barbed wire. So not quite, you know, the ambiance that we were expecting, but nevertheless, I'm pretty happy with it. It's a cup of time. Yep. Nick's used to that. Yo, can you do it? Look at that. You don't get any better in a barista. Jeez. Yeah, we had lots of wind and rain last night, and the soil was so hard, it was like cement hard. Nick managed to get some pegs in, good on him, good old stick, and we had to tie ropes around the trees because it was rock hard.
So I actually love, the reason I bought this one was because it's got a 5,000 head water pressure rating as opposed to most Australian tents which are 3,000. The reason is the New Zealand conditions have a lot more water and rain. I just wanted to be sure and we've had people, you know, pack up and leave the next day because of the rain, and we've been sitting here completely and utterly dry.
Absolutely. We actually don't say anything. They go, oh, there's the bed had water and wet and this and that, and we're like, oh, what a shame. But we don't tell them that we haven't, because we're nice people. We don't do that.
Well, much as I hated doing the setup and stuff in the weather, once it's done and it's working, it's just really sort of satisfied Cheshire Cat, big cheesy grin feeling.
Yeah, you did it.
Because you've got the wind howling, you've got the rain coming down, and you've built your little shelter and it's working. It's a totally different feeling if things break in the middle of the night. That's a different feeling. But because I've been so contingency orientated, I've got stormproof, weatherproof, everything proof, alcohol proof dwelling. So it's so far so good. Okay, cause for celebration. We're actually going to get the tent in despite the weather. We're going to sneak it into the pack. So we're going to do that now. Dry. So it'll give us an option whether we want to set up at the other end. I mean, if it's stinking rain at the other end, I guess I'll hightail it and twist around and get myself into a hotel. But
yeah, no.
It is pretty tough. She does like value for money, and hotels don't speak value to money for my little Vetti. So there you go.
Forest Way. It's just so, the weather's so bad we didn't make it Adelaide. So we pulled up here for petrol. The GoPro's stuffed, and that's their Comfort Inn, the motel, so thankfully we're going to stay there overnight. This is, oh, that's me, all wet. That's husband. Exactly. That's what we've been doing. We're in wheat country here, so I just wanted to test the wheat and see if it's right, ready for harvest. Let me have a look. Keep it still, just keep it still. So, that's what the farmers do. They go like that. Get the chaff off. I mean, we can tell by sight here that it's not ready for harvest because it's still green. It's not yellow or gold. But if it was the right colour, by sight you can tell. And then you can put it in your mouth, you get the chaff off and chew it up. And if it becomes like chewing gum, it's ready to harvest. There's some discernment that goes on through the farmer whether the crop is ready to harvest. Then I think in the same way Jesus was saying, just test the hearts of people, discern their hearts. Are they ready? Yeah, the biggest test you can give someone is to give them the gospel and see what they do with it. You know, they might be very standoffish and not take it in, but you don't know what's going on in the heart. You could be planting a seed and it might grow. When I was riding, when Nick started riding the bikes, he said, "Oh, would you like to ride, Betty, and get your license?" And I was like, no flipping way am I going to ride a bike. 6 weeks later, I'm thinking about it, and my logic is this: I'm going to hop on the back of Nick's bike, I'm going to sit still, I'm going to fall asleep, fall off. Why would I bother doing that? I might as well have the fun riding the bike myself and then fall off. So 6 weeks later, I says to Nick, "Hey Nick, I'm going to get my bike license." And he was, what? He couldn't believe it. He had no idea what was going on under the surface. Paul said, "I planted, Apollo watered, but neither him and I are anything. It's only God who gave the growth." God does all the work, people. We just got to sow the seeds, just like the farmer. Sow the seed, and God will grow the crop.
Welcome to Adelaide. Got our bikes getting fixed up in the Adelaide Ducati Centre. We went through some back streets and there's some gorgeous little houses that a vet would say would be so cute. Just within a couple of kilometres of downtown Adelaide. Absolutely gorgeous. We've still got to get around it. The plan for Adelaide would be possibly Kangaroo Island. We're not 100% about it because it's going to take 4 hours to get down there and 4 hours to get back. We're on our motorbikes, so that'll be riding in the dark. We'd like to go and see the Barossa Valley. We want to see Adelaide Hills, and maybe get down to Mount Gambier and the Great Ocean Road and the GP at Phillip Island, and then home. Seems like the trip's sort of grinding to an end rather quickly.
This is Adelaide Main Street, one of the main streets. It's a little bit busy, not too busy. Certainly not like Sydney. So we've just gone to Flinders Street Baptist Church here in the city of Adelaide. Very nice building, it's so beautiful. It was built in 1860 by this, the guy came over from England, and he started with 26 members of merchant people, and then they built this massive, great big building. Just about to get into Handorf, which has been settled in about 1830. They came from Germany in the persecution of, I think it was the Catholics versus the Protestants, and they came and settled out here. They didn't do the traditional German architecture, as you'll see. Just a beautiful stone village, though, from the local rock. We're off to Kangaroo Island and it's really, really dark at the moment. We've got to be super quiet.
And cold.
And cold. Okay. Blue skies. Blue skies. Yay. Here we are in a queue. There's my red bike there. We're just going to take one bike across on the ferry to Kangaroo Island. So we got here in quick sticks time. Heaps of time, ready to go. Except there's no coffee here. I think Nick's gone to get some coffee. Champion husband that he is. He knows his wife needs coffee in the morning, otherwise she's a cranky bum. He was saying like there's only 10,000 seals in existence, you better go see them. And I'm thinking, only 10,000, that means that I might not see them here on the beach. And so do I want to pay my money? No, I don't. But Nick's talked me into it because we're here. So
yeah, we're wasting your time.
$32 to get a photo of a seal.
So appreciate it, people.
Yeah, appreciate it.
National parks, what do you think of that? Not so
yeah,
national?
No, yeah, not so national. Not so national. That's a misnomer.
But
all right, renaming
they get you
it.
to park your money here, don't they?
This here is a skeleton of a baby humpback whale, and it washed up in 1984 in a winter storm. So they've left it here and left the bones. That's quite a big thing. But it's amazing how that is a humpback whale. It could be like a dinosaur. You know what I mean?
It's surprisingly, from not knowing the difference between a sea lion and a fur seal 10 minutes ago, I have become an expert in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, read the signs. What do I know about sea lions? They can grow, the big fellas grow up to 350 kilograms. The girls, 100 kilograms. What is that? Why do we have to get fat? That's how it goes. They can go out for 2 to 3 days fishing. They'll go out to sea. They can go down 250 metres or so. They can hold their breath for 12 minutes. They pull their vital sense organs, blood supply in, and everything else gets shut off. Body pulse slows down, and so they can operate down there. So they love fish, they love squid, much like myself. I'm a bit of a bull sea lion, I think. Heavy. The bulls around about 9 years of age get a mane on their beard or a mane, so they call them a lion because of that. Yeah, they're unfortunately the prey of the killer whale and the great white shark. But here they're pretty happy, and they say it's a pretty safe place here, and you can see them lolling around, and the only thing's going to kill them probably are the humans and the pollution. Mount Gambier, which is South Australia, and the home of some fairly oldish looking volcanic craters that have imploded or actually had an explosion of steam in the crater and caused the thing to become a reverse volcano. So it's actually a hole now instead of a big ice cream cone. It's gone the other way as the explosion came up. So why the blue? There's a combination of heat, calcium crystallization and algae. In whatever order, not too sure. Apparently there's an age limit on these things, but a vet just fits under it.
I always want to have a go at these, but when they were invented, I was an adult. Never got to use it as a kid. So, it's quite fun. You can do that. Doesn't bounce out well. It's called the Kangaroo. For obvious reasons. Yeah. Good fun. Done my exercise for today. I brought out the kids actually, I think.
Yeah, a couple of them were crying when I arrived.
Not my fault. So this is our day. We haven't started yet. Poor Nico, he's crook. It's not like, you know, someone's crook. No worries, I'll take the wheel. You lie down in the back seat, honey. No can do when you're on bikes. You just got to keep pushing on. He's saying he's ready. His spirit is willing, and his body is weak. Come on, honey.
You get your gear on, I'll put my helmet on.
Okay. So we just stayed at this one, Blue Lakes Caravan Park. We were just there. Nice spot. We've parked right on the sewerage thing. I'm hoping it doesn't collapse there with that big crack there. And our bikes go in the sewer pit. That wouldn't be very nice.
Well, welcome back on our journey to South Australia. Vetti, you've tackled the western half, now you're in the east of the South Australian countryside. And we ended up in Port Augusta. So Vetti, we had a lovely evening meal in a restaurant, and it was pretty late, and mob of Indigenous kids hanging around, and yeah, they took your heart.
Oh, they were so well behaved. It was so beautiful. It was late at night, and they were eating whatever most kids would eat. The cheapest thing on the menu, chips, and they're always good. And I really had a heart for them because, and as we were leaving, they were outside then, and they were just lovely kids. And I wanted to give them something. I want to give them some hope. So, knowing the history of everything, I thought Peter had given us little pocket Bibles.
The Gideon.
The Gideon Bibles, and so I grabbed one of them out of the motorbike and I raced over. I had my helmet on and I said, "Hey kids, I've got a Bible if anyone wants a Bible." And one of the little kids said, "Yeah, I do." And so I gave them the Bible and I just felt like I gave them gold with that, and I hope they read it and see the treasure that God has for them.
Oh.
Anyway, I left with hope, so that was good. I don't know if I did anything, but I felt like I did.
So you had a heart to do something and you thought, why not? Give them the word of God.
Yeah.
Might be hard for them to read.
Why? It was small print.
No, it's just hard to understand sometimes.
Yeah.
for big kids, let alone little ones. But
Yeah.
I think they felt the love.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we'll remember the pack up. We were pretty impressed with ourselves packing up because we just missed the rain coming. We thought, yeah, we're going to nail this. We're going to get ahead. And you were pretty bolshy. You were saying, yeah, we don't need to stay out in the hotel. we can manage a tent. Yeah, we were driving along the highway and we thought, oh, this is boring. Let's go up into the Flinders Hills.
Yeah.
And we went through the ranges and we were heading on to Clare.
Yeah.
We got black.
Blacker and blacker.
And the wind started.
Oh, it just pocketed down.
Oh, and all the cameras packed up.
Everything.
Little GoPros just gave up hope.
Yeah. It just all the cameras failed except for our iPhone. I pulled out an iPhone and got that footage.
Oh.
It was amazing.
Yeah, so we got to Clare. Did you manage the tent?
Yeah, no. There was no way that was happening. And we had met. I ran across to the Comfort Inn and asked them if they've had any room for us and us and our bikes, and they said they were going to put us on the balcony with the bikes on the balcony, but they even opened the garage for us. They felt so sorry for us. We were drowned rats. Oh. And yeah, so that was lovely. And then we ended up having a lovely fireside chat with the owners, and
they cooked a meal for us.
Yeah, it was out of fireside chat. It was lovely.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Good night.
Yeah, we felt looked after.
Yeah, we're loved. Yeah, it was nice.
A couple of Aussies out there loving on the travellers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, so it was time to actually move on. We were hoping to get to Adelaide. We got whacked into the Comfort Inn by the weather. But it was only a few hundred k's later, and we managed to hit Adelaide, and we had a lovely time riding around the Adelaide Hills and Barossa Valley, and
like it was like 15 minutes to anywhere, like, and you're in the centre. No, or probably 20 minutes, and you could go anywhere. You could be in the heart of Adelaide, and then you could be out in the hills in 20 minutes. So it's just beautiful.
Some awesome villages. There's some awesome scenery. It kind of captured us of all the places around that were quite livable. Adelaide Hills, I know there's fire and things, but it was a really livable sort of place. Definitely. Yeah, and I remember going down some of those twisty, curly, little, beautiful, windy roads, and one of the cars coming the other way thought he'd rented some space on my side or something.
Yeah.
He scared me.
Yeah, he was doing what they tell you on the driver's licence back in the day, tear down the dotted line. That's what he was doing.
I think he'd gone over.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to watch out for. You got to be on your guard. Just because you're doing the right thing doesn't mean they are. So you just cater for that. You gonna ride a motorbike? Got to cater for that.
Yeah.
You know, we had this awesome little caravan park in right down the centre of Adelaide, CBD. And it was just sort of nicely packed in, trees around, and then the concrete jungle outside of that.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah, we met a bunch of people there. 5 brothers who 3 weeks a year. Spend their time together. They're like 60s, 70s and 80s, and they have managed every year to spend 3 weeks just themselves, just the kids.
Yeah.
And they were beautiful.
Yeah, and lovely guys. Kept coming over and having a yak. It's great.
Yeah, you'd want that for your family. You know?
Yeah, parents would be proud of them.
Yeah, we've shuffled off and the kids are still connecting with each other.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah, I remember we actually tried to do the right thing, and we were going out real early to get down south to Kangaroo Island, sort of all the way down to Victor Harbour, and I had to get up in the dark. Thought we were doing pretty good, keeping quiet, whispering. Then, of course, we had to start up the Ducatis.
Well, at least they weren't, what's the other ones? Can't remember the name. Yeah.
Oh, no, come on. They're gracious. Yeah, so, yeah.
Probably a lot of Harley riders out there.
Yeah, come on. Shout out to Harley. So off to Mount Gambier and the big blue lake, which is their water supply from the rainwater. Covers in that sort of reverse volcano. We went to the Tourist Information Centre there and saw this really cool hologram. Yeah,
there was this, the history, actually they've done that really well, Mount Gambier. They've even got a free picture theatre there for the history. Well, there was one lady, her name was Christina Smith, and she was a missioner with her husband, had come into, around the 1860s, came into the area, and she had 7 children. She was the first white person in amongst the Indigenous people who were already settled there. But with all that, though, there was a whole mix of tension because the convicts had been let loose and they ran rampant and amongst the Indigenous community and shot the Aboriginal people for seeing the game. The graziers had sheep and cattle there, and they just saw that as game, and of course, fair game for game, and shot and ate it. And
it was even worse because
killed them. I mean, didn't shoot it.
If I remember, the cattle would come in and muddy the water holes that they needed to survive in, and they thought, "Oh, I'll fix 2 problems: shoot the cow, clear the hole, feed my belly." Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, you'd think they could work that out and share. There was enough resources to share.
What the cattle guys do? No, they just shot the Aboriginal people. They shot the Indigenous people, but yeah, I'm hearing you. So it's a really big country, and okay, let's work this out, right? Let's you need your nomadic way of doing it. We need our grazing way of doing it. We can work this out. Room for everyone?
Yeah, no, probably not.
Let's just who's got the muscle, eh?
Who's got the power or the gunpowder?
So do you go with what's right, or do you use your might?
Yeah.
Seems to be the human default. If you've got the might, then why not use it, eh? All right, so where are you off to next, champion?
It's the Great Ocean Road.
We were finishing with South Australia, heading into Victoria,
Yeah.
going down the Great Ocean Road.
Looking forward to that.
Looking forward to that. And heading off to the Grand Prix Phillip Island, where we're going to meet a whole bunch of Yahoo mates
Yeah.
who haven't seen for 3 months,
Yeah.
that have been following our trip.
Yeah.
And it's just exciting. More
Yeah.
exciting times.
That's going to be good.
See you in the next episode.